On March 6th, 2020, a brand new episode, number 6 of the Void Frogs podcast was recorded for you to enjoy. So, yeah, today's episode is guaranteed to be a fascinating one, hosted by myself and my co-host, Michael qmagnet. My name is Stifflered, and I bid you all the intro.
Bravo, that was amazing.
I can't even do my part.
You gotta do it. Come on, Q. We don't know who he is yet.
Well, today's guest has been around since just about the dawn of Minecraft, with over a decade of experience on his main YouTube channel and even more videos hiding within the internet. There's very little he's done. From riding the line, to scaping the rune, to hawking the Tony. He has hunted for golden apples, ventured into the aether, survived the survival games. He's a speedrunner, a music producer, an obscure fact finder, and he's broken Minecraft more times than we can even count. We are so ecstatic to have the man himself out of the ant farm and into the frog void, the one and only AntVenom!
You made my credentials sound kind of impressive there. Thank you.
They are impressive.
They are totally impressive. We need to
Actually, here's how impressive they were. So when I asked you if you could come on for us, I said to Stifler, I said, "Hey, I got a guest if we're able to do this week." And he goes, "Who?" I said, "Oh, somebody might have heard of AntVenom," and he's like, no, you play with me, man.
I did not believe it. I didn't believe it. I was like,
I mean, honestly, I just wanted to talk again. Like, we hadn't really spoken too much since, it was like Minecon 2015.
Oh, that was 5 years, 4 years?
Yeah, I mean, almost 5 years ago at this point. Yeah, July of 2015. Like, it doesn't feel like 5 years have gone by.
wow.
So it doesn't feel like a sixth of my life has gone by since then.
A sixth of your life?
Yeah.
How many am I? I'm that's like a seventh of my life. That's how old I am.
You're older than that.
Are you getting gray hairs yet? I got them right here.
No, not yet. I've got good hair genes in that regard. So, mama and papa bless, thank you for that one.
Yeah. Don't speak about the hair too loudly. We got a hairly challenged individual.
Look, I'm cool with it. You can say
I wouldn't
what
call
you
that
want.
challenge. I'd call that like an arrangement. Like, he knows what's going on. He knows what he's got, and he's flaunting it.
That's right. I got a face shield here, but I do have I've got one gray hair, one singular gray one that I've had for like 3 or 4 years. It's ridiculous.
You probably saw it 3 or 4 years ago, and you're like, no, and nothing else showed up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay, it's like if you cut that one gray hair, then that's the straw that breaks the camel's back, and the whole thing just goes gray from there.
Yep.
This is what this episode's about, people. Gray hairs.
You guys thought this was going to be like professional. We got AntVenom, super serious video essay, Minecraft, dude. Nah. This is...
Well, no, straight up. When I started doing commentary stuff and people noticed that I had a high hairline when I was like early 20s, they're like, oh my God, you're balding early. But it's like, I've had a hairline like this since I was like 15, 16, whatever, as long as I can remember. And now that I'm like getting into 30, that is like, as long as it doesn't keep going backwards, now I'm at a point where it's like, oh, it's respectable. And if it stays this way for another 10 years, then in 10 years, it'll be like, oh, I have a good hairline for my age.
You're solid. You're solid.
Looks great, man.
I think you're good. Man.
I had my first actual barber stylist haircut like last week. Usually I just go to whatever the cheapest place is, but this guy was open. Mm-hmm. I'm like, just make the side show. I have no style. I should just say I have no style. Like, do what you want to do. This is what we're stuck with.
I was kind of the same way.
Yeah.
With your style.
Oh
your
yeah.
Style
Like,
is good, man. What are you talking about?
No. What I mean is only until like 3 years ago. Like, prior to 3 years ago, I had like no style whatsoever. Didn't care. All of my old face cam videos, like my hair's like down to here because I was like, I somehow thought that having long hair would work for me, and it just never did.
Yeah.
So,
you're looking sharp, bro. You're looking sharp.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I mean, I don't have any style, so to me it looks sharp.
Nah, you've got plenty of style.
Oh,
what are you talking about?
He's got that dad style going on.
Exactly.
Just pointing out what did AntVenom called it, a battle scar. If you're on YouTube, you can see this. I cut myself today swinging in the rafters.
Not intentionally, just to make it clear from the
Yeah, right. Seriously. I'm gonna have
he's pointing to his cheek.
Yeah.
He's pointing to his cheek.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Oh, yeah, that didn't come out. Okay. All right.
That's what I mean. I'm like thinking about that audio only for a second.
Yeah.
I was told before
today.
this podcast it's family friendly,
Yes.
so
Yes.
It is. It is.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Goodness.
Hair topic over. Let's get in. What do you always say? Without a further ado, let's get right into it. Okay.
So without any further ado, let's go ahead and let's get right into it.
Let's go ahead and let's get right into it. All right. Now, the first thing I wanted to talk about, you've said numerous times where your name came from.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you give a quick recap just for anybody who hasn't heard this story before?
Sure. I mean, it's a rather unremarkable story. I've actually gone through like quite a few different names in, my time online, but AntVenom specifically, I believe where it all started is I was tired of the name I was using in Battlefield 2, which was like a game that people used to play. Like it was a big one.
Battlefield 2.
Yeah, and
like the old Battlefield 2 before.
Right, like the PC
Don't they have like a
game.
new Battlefield 2? They have a new Battlefield 1.
We've come full circle in the past like decade and a half.
Yeah.
So I was signing up a name for that. I went with like AntVenom. I don't know why. I was very uncreative, and a friend of mine's name was Poison, and I went with AntVenom instead, just because like I couldn't think of an original title myself.
Be a little different.
And then I signed up the RuneScape name AntVenom, and then when I went to go sign up an Xbox Live account, AntVenom was taken, but because the name recommendations on Xbox were really good back in the day, it suggested Ant Space Venom, because because they just kind of took that out and they're like, well, AntVenom's available. And then I went to go sign up a YouTube account, and because for weird reasons the AntVenom YouTube name got suspended, I signed up AntVenom instead because I wanted a different identity versus one of the other many names I've had over the years. And AntVenom stuck because that was the YouTube channel that ultimately got partnered. And I started posting my Minecraft content there. I was posting RuneScape content prior to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What is this weird reason? I'd like to know that.
Okay. Well,
is it not family friendly?
No, it's totally family friendly. I guess maybe I'm hyping up the weirdness too much.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the reason. I think there is an old YouTube account that under a certain email, I was trying to see if I could get it suspended. It was an email, or it was something I didn't use, and I got it suspended. And then, because I'm stupid as a human being, I changed the email for the AntVenom account, the original one. It's not suspended anymore. So Ant1Venom is still a YouTube channel that's out there.
Right.
But I changed the email for that to the same email the suspended account one was attached to. So for years, it was just suspended, and there was nothing I could do about it. I was stupid and dumb and bad, but it got suspended for years. And then actually I was posting RuneScape content to my AntVenom channel, and then I started posting Minecraft content to the AntVenom channel. But then a friend of mine, like I was really, passionate about doing Minecraft stuff in early 2011. And a friend of mine was like, you're dumb if you don't start posting the stuff you're passionate about to the YouTube channel that is partnered. So I stopped posting to AntVenom. There's still like 2 or 3 videos on that channel that do not exist on AntVenom. And then I started posting on AntVenom, and the rest is kind of history. I've been known as AntVenom ever since.
You had to come to my other channel. I'm not doing content here anymore.
Yep. Yeah, actually, that is the last video on the AntVenom channel. It's just basically saying I'm going to the AntVenom channel from now on, and that was it.
Yeah.
Why did you try and get an account suspended? Were you just curious? Breaking things back then too?
I mean, maybe, but I think I know. I remember why, and because I'm not throwing any one specific person who would ever watch this under the bus, it had to do with an old friend's name from the RuneScape community. I think I signed up a YouTube account with that name, and back then it was every user on YouTube was youtube.com/user/whatever it was.
Yeah.
And there was no changing your name or anything like that. No channel IDs like we have now. And I think I had a falling out with said person. So because the actual name was the name on YouTube was their exact alias in this game, I'm like, screw that person. So I got the account suspended because I didn't want the YouTube account with their name to actually exist on YouTube.
I'm gonna email you.
Right.
This is like
16-year-old. This is like 17-year-old AntVenom, by the way. So like, yeah.
I will get you with my email powers.
And ultimately, I wound up stabbing myself in the foot with that one because now I'm not known as AntVenom, which sounds like a normal name. But when people ask about AntVenom, they're like, it's not a venom. What are you talking about? So
there's a lot of people with weird voices who talk to you.
Yeah, goodness.
You like it?
It's just what I have. It's just what I imagine they sound like. You know?
That's a good one. I like that one. That's a good one.
I stole that one from
Is there an
AntVenom?
There's probably an AntVenom YouTube though. There's got to be.
What, you like just ANTI Venom?
Yeah.
Like there's maybe I don't think I've ever checked.
Oh man, you didn't come prepared.
Yeah.
I didn't come prepared. I should have looked that up.
I like the way AntVenom looks though as a name,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm all right with
it's unique, right? It's got an identity. It's a brand. You got your logo, everything about it. Like AntVenom is cool, but that's like a thing, That's just a thing that exists, right? But AntVenom,
right?
Oh my goodness, who's AntVenom? That cool guy over there with the cool hairline.
I think there is. Oh God, I don't know if I may be saying entirely the wrong YouTube channel name, but I think it's Brave Wilderness. He actually had an episode where he got bit by a venomous ant, and you should have seen the amount of people saying, "Did you see this video? Did you see this video? Did you see this video?" If I was named AntVenom, they would have never the correlation would have never happened. So it's definitely to my advantage.
No, they would have been like, "Why didn't you save him, AntVenom?" Or they would have said, "Why didn't you save him, AntVenom?"
Yeah, very good.
Why didn't you save him, AntVenom? Oh my God!
Oh man! So it's great to have you here. I was really excited to have you, and
so thrilled.
I did a lot of video research. The thing with you is, every time we have somebody on here, I try to like go in depth and find secrets and everything about them. You already have told every information bit about you. It's so hard to find something about you that I could just bring up. Well, actually, one thing I didn't find, and maybe you have said this before, I was curious where you got your Minecraft skin from.
Sky Does Minecraft made it for me back before he was known as Sky Does Minecraft.
Wow.
He's just like, it was like a gangster or something like that, or he just was.
No, the skin is based off of my RuneScape skin. So in some of my old RuneScape videos, I think one of them might still be on the AntVenom channel, but if not, they're on an AntVenom backup channel that I made. Right. And it's based off of there's an outfit in RuneScape called the Void Knight Armor outfit, and I use that. And actually, it's funny, the hair I do now is very much based off of what my hair in RuneScape looked like, and that's why there's that weird little hair layer on the AntVenom skin, because you can't really do like a full 3D like effect, but it's based off of exactly what my RuneScape character looked like. That's also why if you look at the original like well-known Sky Does Minecraft skin and the AntVenom skin side by side, they're both wearing the same amulet, which I can totally just bust out right now because a fan of mine made this for me.
Wow, that's so awesome!
And I've held on to it. It's been in my desk ever since. So
she bling bling.
That's sick.
That's so cool,
man.
Just totally busting out random props nobody ever gets to see. You guys get the exclusive.
Wow. So like RuneScape was like a huge part of your early days.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still? Do you still like RuneScape? Are you still into it?
I appreciate the fact that they have the old school game and like, they still have like the game that's evolved over the years, and then they reintroduced old school back in, I was like 2000. Well, it's 2007 Scape. It's based off the 2007 game, but they reintroduced it in like 2015. Mm-hmm. So I have mad respect for the fact that they were like one of the first companies where like, if anything, they led the charge to World of Warcraft Classic eventually becoming a thing. Because literally the reintroduction of old school RuneScape saved the company that made it, literally saved them as a company, I think.
Wow.
So, Blizzard kind of looked at that. I think without old school RuneScape, I don't think we would have ever gotten World of Warcraft Classic.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's cool. What
I've
ended
never
up
played
making you like move over to Minecraft? Or I guess like how'd you find Minecraft? How'd you get into Minecraft? What's that about?
So I got into Minecraft because a buddy of mine, who I've been best friends with since, like second grade or something, you know, we would always wind up showing each other games that we would find, and I don't remember exactly when he first told me about Minecraft. I just know he was the person who got me into it. And I went over his house like a couple days before Thanksgiving. I think it was November 23rd, 2010, because I bought the game on the 24th. So I think I would have bought it the next day. I went up.
Remember everything.
Well, no, I remember the day because I've mentioned the. I still have the PayPal receipt, so because I knew I had that, I brought it up in videos, and therefore I've memorized the date. And I'm pretty sure I bought it the next day. So on November 23rd, I was over his house, and he showed me the game itself, but he also showed me my first Let's Play that I got super into. And me and him were also super into Let's Plays at that point, even though they were like super young on YouTube.
Yeah.
They weren't like the absolute juggernaut Goliath that they eventually became for like a couple of years.
Yeah.
So I got into Minecraft because of him showing it to me, and also because of the Let's Play I watched, X's Adventures in Minecraft, and I was hooked. And I mean, I was still doing RuneScape content at the time, but it was funny. In my second ever Minecraft video, it's still on the AntVenom channel, I do utter the phrase, "I'm not going to turn this into a series." Because I was just enjoying it naturally, and I was like, I want to post a few videos about it. Oh, it's gonna be a fad, cool. It'll, whatever. I'll go back to doing whatever it is I was doing prior, and it just kind of kept going. Yeah. And then, like, I started up an old school map, like a map that I played on with various friends. There's one creator who played on me on that server that you might know, named Sky Does Minecraft. Before he was known as Sky Does Minecraft. Michael McChill played on that server, who I eventually hired to work on some of my videos, and a few other names as well. So, yeah, I base it. So, long story short, I started playing it and never really stopped.
Was that did you like record that server, or was that just like between friends and stuff?
It was just between friends, so there's no recording on the server because we didn't really know. Like, looking back, if I could record it, I probably would. Yeah. Or maybe I wouldn't want to mess with those memories. But, like, it's a sort of thing where you don't really get nostalgic over your first Minecraft memories until they've already happened. And if you didn't record them, then, that's kind of that. But I still have the map itself. So, yeah, like, the actual, like, I could log into the map and play it. I showed it off in... the most recent video I showed it off in was I broke Minecraft again.
Again.
Right. Well, the thing is, it says I broke Minecraft again, but it's that Zalgo text, so it's all derpy and glitchy looking.
Yep.
So yeah, that was the last video that I showed it off in. So still around.
We'll take a look at that. Do you mind if I share like a screenshot of that up here?
No, not at all.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna do it.
No, go for it. I mean, I showed it off in videos, right? I'm clearly not like being too private about it. Yeah. I don't think I've offered like the map up for download, but like I can link you a few videos that have it as well, just so that you can have screenshots.
Sweet. I think I've actually watched that video, so I think I know the one exactly what you're talking about. So,
to be honest, Go ahead.
No. You're the guest. You talk. I talk.
As far as Minecraft videos are concerned, I would say it's aside from the music videos, which are an entirely different juggernaut on their own, it's the video I'm happiest with. In terms of like, well, because it's like the way it's structured exactly like represents the exact format I'm going for with my scripted content. Right. It's like I pull you in with something that's really compelling. It is actually really compelling, not like some clickbait or something. Yeah. And then it's like structured in such a way where it's like I have these title cards that show the various distances that I go out. Yeah, for people who are listening and maybe are not watching the video, it's about how a very old version of Optifine breaks in beta 1.7. And it breaks because like the blocks deform in weird ways. And so I'm like, okay, at what distances could I show off where it's like, there's clearly a difference, 10,000 blocks, 50,000, 100,000, 500,000, a million, and then the far lands, and then even further. And I was just so happy with how that video was coming together. I think I worked for, I did 2 12-hour days, and I think that's how long it took me to get it done. I think I scripted it, and then I did 2 12-hour days to finish it. And I was just so enthralled with the fact that this video was turning out so well.
Yeah.
So yeah, of all of them, that one's my proudest.
That's cool.
Man, Yeah. No, I remember exactly which one it is now that you're mentioning the distances and everything, because I watched that. I've watched a lot of your videos and I've taken inspiration from you. And one thing I've got to say is like, yes, AntVenom, I'm so sorry. All right. I've taken some of your energy and style and I've tried to do it a little bit myself and I felt terrible for it. But the videos turned out really cool, but they also take so long to do. They take so much work. And I don't know if people appreciate how much work you put into these videos. The worst videos
are the worst. Well, the worst ones, that one was just because it was so editing heavy and I was like really meticulously forming every shot. But the worst ones are the ones that have mobs by far, because I've been learning techniques as to how to control mobs. Because like if you're trying to film something that runs erratically around, you're never going to get a shot that you like, especially like foxes and whatnot. Totally. They just like you get a well-framed shot, they bolt away. I recently did a video about the new Nether update and like I had the same problem. The piglins are one of the new mobs. They move so fast. So I applied a slowness 5 effect onto them so that they move slower.
Clever.
Or like what you can do is there's 2 ways you can control mobs. You can apply a no AI thing to them, like a tag where they can't move at all. But the problem is you can't even push them around. But if you apply a slowness 10 effect to them, they can't move, but you can still push them. So I can push them all into position, and so there's a lot of techniques I've learned over the years. I will say, just because we're on the topic, on average, it takes me about 1 minute or 1 hour per minute of footage you see in the video, or less, depending on how easy the shoot is, or more if it's a shoot where it's like it's taken me 10 minutes to get a single shot. So somewhere between 30 minutes per minute of footage and like an hour and a half at most.
Well, it's hopefully from your perspective it's paid off. I am always inspired. I always watch your videos and I'm like, geez, these are excellent. Very gripping, like you said, like not clickbait. Like it's easy to just come up with clickbait topics.
Right. Well, it's funny. Some of the topics I come up with, I literally might make a video about because I'm like, well, that's a compelling topic. So I actually start with the video title. I try and think like, let me look at my desktop here.
New video coming out next week.
Right. So, well, no, I think this one's actually a good one, and this is a topic I think some people might want to think about. I don't know if I think there's going to be a video made on it, but the title is Why I'm Not Playing Minecraft Earth. Because I think it's like it was Microsoft's attempt at, or Mojang's attempt at trying to do Pokemon Go in their own way. But because I don't think there was a really good end goal, I mean, I don't mind spoiling it a little bit. But because like it didn't really have an end goal, people were kind of confused as to what was the point. I think there's better things they could have done with the technology that they didn't do. So stuff like that. I start with what sounds like a compelling title and work out a script from there.
Wow.
You normally start with titles and then I guess you would, because your title is kind of your idea.
It does really depends. So for example, so there's I think the last video that's on the channel, I'm a little bit overdue for another video, was about a mod called the Nether Higher mod, which basically extends the Nether's height limit to 256 blocks in the new snapshot versions of Minecraft. So I wanted to show what the new biomes would look like in the new snapshot versions, but I didn't have a title for that one. I just knew I wanted to show off the mod. So in most cases, I do kind of work off the title or the fact, or either that, or I know the topic is so compelling. I kind of start with that. But to circle back on something before we totally get off of it, you were saying you're inspired a lot by my kind of content. I honestly welcome that because I'm inspired by a lot of other people's content. I mean, if people have made people have called me the Vsauce of Minecraft, that's not by accident. That's not by accident. Right, the Vsauce of Minecraft. I pull inspiration from him. Carl Sagan, not the YouTube Carl Sagan, but like, the scientist Carl Sagan.
Blue speck of dust or whatever.
Right, that sort of commentary style and editing, things like that. So, I mean, I've pulled inspiration from a whole lot of other locations. So I think it's kind of impossible with what we do to not pull inspiration from others. I actually don't watch other Minecraft YouTubers for that specific reason, because I try to be now that I've got my format set the way I like it, I try to be inspired by as few people as possible so that I don't wind up like becoming a copycat of someone else. If people are saying my style is definitively me and I feel that, I don't want to go messing with that format.
So you wouldn't want to like watch somebody's YouTube video and then copy their vocal style for a podcast intro. That wouldn't be your sort of thing.
Well, you're talking to the guy who sort of formed that, and you got my permission, so it's fine. But yeah. So actually, one thing that happens a lot is people will make compelling YouTubers. Like for example, Sal C1. He's a very good YouTuber, but he makes a lot of topics that are right up my alley and have a format that I enjoy. But then people will tweet me and be like, "You should make a video about this," and it's like, but he made a video about this. And it's very much my style. Why would I cover it?
Why would you
That happened with a recent video of mine where I talked about the fact that a Minecraft seed for the X's Adventures in Minecraft World that I mentioned before. I asked a couple of guys to reverse engineer the
I
Minecraft
saw that.
seed.
That was I don't even know how people do that. I mean, it's watching your video. I got an idea, but
well, it's pretty crazy how they do it. I can like give you a layman terms sort of rundown. Basically, like if you have the world seed and you have the exact location of like the floor of a dungeon.
Oh, right.
You sort of like compare. They basically did all sorts of comparisons and literally figured out the exact math that goes into everything. You can decompile the game and get that anyways.
They needed the coordinate for it, and then you match that with the dungeon. So we kind of jumped into your, we call it, you like to call it your new format.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get back to that in a bit. I wanted to talk a little bit about the old stuff you were doing.
Okay.
So I guess you still do this, but you have your own. I would say you're known for having your own AntVenom texture pack.
Yeah.
Which is based on the Faithful, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What's the difference between just the not just the Faithful? I loved Faithful. Fine. It was like my favorite. What's the difference between yours and that one? And you still use that texture.
Yeah.
Texture
so
pack, right?
basically, I had to turn on my family friendly filter there because I was about to phrase this differently. But I wanted to undo all of the mess ups that Mojang I felt put into the game. So after beta 1.7, when beta 1.8 came out, the biome colors got all messed up. And Minecraft looked a lot more muted as a game, and that's when I first had the idea to make my own resource pack, my own texture pack, because in my personal project map, what I call the Peaceful map, is sort of like my first big project that I did. The actual map was made inside of a forest biome, which is very luscious and green. Actually in the beta versions, and then it became this muted like puke green, and I hated that. And then they did an update where biome data got written to the chunks instead, and then so basically like it would change. Like if you had an old map, it was sort of random as to what biomes your map would have, and the Peaceful map sat on a swamp biome after that point.
And that's so ugly.
Yeah.
So like not only did I hate that, I wanted a resource pack where even if it was swamp biomes, I don't think you can change. But so I fixed that issue with the Peaceful map by making the whole thing a plains biome. Like every single chunk of the original map, as of one of the latest releases, is a plains biome. So it's all one static color, like I feel is fine. But then Mojang went and changed the sounds of doors, the sounds of chests opening, all kinds of other sounds, walking on grass, wood, sand. The sounds of water, that really old, like if you play like the alpha versions and you listen to what it sounds like to be in water, it has that distinctive like boom sound that if you go back, if you just look up like on YouTube, like Minecraft alpha sounds, and you listen to those, they sound distinctly nostalgic. And I wanted to I didn't want that to change. And because Right, and because Minecraft offers the option for resource packs, I'm like, well, I'll do that. And so all Faithful Venom was for the longest time was a 30, basically every texture got double resolution based off the Faithful pack. That's the only thing that's really the same. But the color map for trees and grass is different. It has old sounds, and I think that's really it. There's not a lot of differences really. Oh, and it has a graphical user interface bar based off of an old friend of mine who used to have a texture pack, Skitscape. Really old school YouTuber. He made his own texture pack for like the really early days of Minecraft. I liked the user interface, the darker UI in it. So I adopted that into my resource pack with his permission. So it's like a weird amalgamation of a bunch of little things, but
Did you have the
It's nice.
Yes, that's
It's
in
in there?
Faithful Venom. Yeah, that's in there. Yep, the kneecap breaking sound is not there. I'm not sure if I muted it out or how that works, but it is just I'm pretty sure it's just the oof sound. If the kneecap breaking sound isn't there, it's because I can't remove it. Yeah.
They got rid of that. We were going to use that sound in Diversity 3 when like there's a boss fight against Steve and we're like, it's gone. Where'd it go?
Well, I can tell you right now, I think I know why they changed that, and I had a video on this. Because I believe that I know in the early days, Notch and C418 pulled a lot of their sounds from freesound.org, and I think they wanted to stop doing that, so they changed all those sounds. And then I made a video about the fact that there were still a bunch of those sounds in game, and Mojang wasn't crediting any of them. And then 2 months later, a giant credits page showed up on Mojang.
Somebody's
on Mojang's
watching.
Website. Well, I gave them a heads up, and then they were like weird. They were like weirded out by the fact that I was doing this sort of like journalistic deep research, and it's like, but I'm also telling you that
Giving you a heads up.
I gave them a month's heads up. That's a lot.
Now, if only they would take your server performance videos seriously and get some dang server performance better. Yes, my servers.
Honestly, I'm amazed that nobody else has written a piece of software that properly uses multiple cores. Like, could you imagine if they did?
My goodness.
I mean, I wonder, the thing is, though, I'm not technically inclined enough. That may not even be possible. Like, for all I know, with the way Java works.
Yeah.
I know for the Bedrock Edition servers, it should be. I mean, why else would they have coded Minecraft in C++? And plus, the performance of Minecraft Bedrock Edition is its only redeeming quality.
It's
like, in my opinion. Well, that and the accessibility of that version, the fact that you can, they sort of pioneered doing cross-platform correctly. They were really the game that brought Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PlayStation together. So I got to give them props in that regard.
Yeah.
I just, as far as the gameplay,
it's not
hard, man.
I have a really good map maker friend who I really want to have on here on a future show. But every time I talk to him, he's talking about back end stuff. Every time I talk to him about, because I like Java, I complain about. He's like, Java sucks. Bedrock is where it is. You can do this with behavior pack. Just use a behavior pack. Stop thinking about Java. He tells me. I'm like, but that's what I like, man.
Well, I know that a lot of map makers and people like that moved over to Marketplace on Bedrock Edition because they're like, I know the figures that certain map makers have made there. So like, I mean, if you get, the thing is, with me, when it comes to like anything, if you can do what you love doing and not sell, when I say sell yourself out, like, as long as you're not changing the way you're doing it for money, you know, if you're doing it exactly the way you do it, but for money, I mean, obviously that's sort of the better way to do it, because then you can do what you love doing and potentially make a living at it. I won't say the name of who I'm referring to. I just know that you can do very well. You can pay an entire build team off of Marketplace content.
Yeah.
You know, whereas like you can't really rely on that on like an AdFly page or something posted to the Minecraft forum.
So my kids would keep asking me, "Can we buy this?" And I'm like, "Wait a second, let me talk to those guys. Give me a free one. Come on, guys."
No, I talked with Quinn Richter last year. Interviewed him for a little article thing, and you know, he was telling me that there have been a lot of Marketplace partners who have their entire lives have changed because they were able to start, selling things on Bedrock. I think it's really cool, but you're totally right. Like, if you have integrity with the type of content that you're creating or with what you're doing, and then you get to make money off of it, that's cool. Now, I have a question for you, though, Mr. AntVenom. Why did you change your style? Why did you change your style? Did you sell out? What happened there? Come on, man.
You got me. You got me. That was it. No, there's a very simple sort of reason for that. I
told him too. That's the reason. I was like, dude, change your style. He's like, yeah, boom.
That's it.
He taught me he taught me everything I know.
Yes. Even though you started playing way before me, for sure.
No, honestly, So 2014, 2015, early 2016 era, I did a lot of following the sort of trends when it came to Minecraft. I made the mistake in late 2013 to switch over to like minigame type content because it's just what my friends are doing. And it's sort of, at the time, I certainly enjoyed it. But as the years went on, and it took me multiple years to really like grow a spine for this issue, I didn't enjoy watching any of my content. I would release it, I'd play the map, and I'd never go and watch the video again. And I wasn't really enjoying, like, I didn't feel like my commentary style at that point offered anything unique. I was sort of like loud and obnoxious. That transformed over the years. In 2011 and early 2012, I was very much sort of like more subdued. I had a very sort of like informative style. It's more in line with what I am now. And the reason why I changed styles is because I was hating what I was doing for so long. I didn't enjoy watching any of the videos at all. And I knew that I wanted to change something. I actually, and this may be something you wanted to talk about later, I don't know. But in the middle of 2016, I was so just confused as to what I wanted to do that I went on like a 1-month road trip to sort of like escape everything. You know, to escape sort of the internet, mostly in general, escape the internet, escape everything. Went on a road trip across the whole country. Went from Maine to Vancouver to the Grand Canyon to Orlando, back up to Maine.
Vancouver!
Yeah.
You came to my country, man.
And I'll be there again soon, so we're going to have to hook up for that.
Come meet up with AntVenom in Vancouver.
Yeah, in August, hopefully I'll be there. I mean, I know we've got it's for a convention, so hopefully that one doesn't get canceled. That's all I'm going to say about that. But well, yeah.
I won't ask you about that then.
It hasn't been canceled yet. I mean, it's for LTX, the Linus Tech Tips convention. I don't think they're going to cancel it. But anyways, so when I got back from that road trip, I realized it wasn't YouTube that I hated doing. It was just the monotony of what I was doing.
Right.
So it took me another month or 2 months to sort of like, I think I'd made 1 or 2 videos in the new style without realizing I could base my entire YouTube channel off this style. I think one of them was, if you look it up, the finale for Hunt for the Golden Apple finale. Because I actually did eventually properly conclude that super old school series. Yeah. And I realized it's like I think it was August 27th, 2016. Again, remembering the exact date because I've mentioned it in videos so many times. Like whatever wall of imagination in my head came down, and hang on. I jotted down a whole bunch of ideas in this binder here and just basically thought up video topic after video topic after video topic, and just kept writing them down. I wrote down like 60 ideas, and I'm like, I'm gonna just like a band-aid rip off this old style of content, start doing this. And it's funny, and I feel like mentioning this now, all of my YouTube friends who I brought it up with, they thought it was a bad idea.
Really?
Like all of them thought that like doing this so suddenly, like you're going to lose the last of your audience. And for a month, I was unsure if they were right or not. Yeah. And then the first video or 2 of that style started going viral. Yeah. And then it kept going and it kept going, and another one would go viral, and it just kept going. And I didn't change the style because like I wanted to make more money, but I definitely wanted to revive the YouTube channel. So it was a matter of asking myself, it's like, how can I do something that I enjoy? Or what format can I do that I'm going to enjoy, or what content can I make that I'm going to enjoy that I feel will be more successful? When it comes to YouTube, I think there are 3 principles that every single creator must follow. You have to love what you're doing first. You have to do content, unique content. And then you have to do consistent content. Yeah. But if you don't love it, then you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
So
the other 2 become a lot more difficult.
Yeah. If you're not exactly. Well, I mean, I was gonna name names. I don't want to be that guy, but let's just say we all know there are creators out there who are clearly only in it for the money, and unfortunately, some of those people are successful.
Yeah, like the Void Frogs.
Yeah, those guys.
Exactly.
I'll start a controversy right now.
Yep.
But yeah, so I do genuinely enjoy it.
Yeah, it's weird. Like there's like weird, for some reason, certain videos just, obviously your music videos get a lot of views, which I was going to ask
except for the latest one. Except for the latest one.
Do you think that Minecraft music videos are kind of like a thing of the past almost?
I do.
Yeah.
Honestly, the timing with releasing that though was right when basically Minecraft had that big resurgence that it had back in the summer, and Revenge, like we released it like 2 weeks after Revenge got like 3 million views in a day.
Yeah, that was
so we were thinking that it was like, oh man, the resurgence of music videos, and I'm gonna drop a banger.
Yeah.
Like right in the middle, in the heat of that, like the timing was so perfect for that, like because the music video had been in production for like a year.
Yeah.
But it's just it's an unfortunate reality. But I think there are like 4 or 5 music videos that are all over like 20 million views a piece. So it definitely had its heyday. And I mean, yeah.
I was like,
but I think that music videos for the most part are kind of done, unfortunately.
I wanted to like a few years ago when I was like going to give up on my YouTube channel, which I have basically given up on my YouTube channel. I was like, well, I work a day job. I could probably hire some people. I really wanted to do this one. It was like Michael Jackson Beat It, but build it. And and I'm like, I don't know how to do it.
That's actually a good idea.
Animate. I was like writing words in my mind and stuff.
But yeah, I know I got into music videos kind of well, not really by accident. I knew I wanted to do them, but the guy who did the music for them, Music by Pedro, I worked with him on a project that someone else worked with him on. The a video that Variety made called Minecraft is Just Awesome. Because I was in that, I was speaking with him directly, and then we stayed in communication on Skype and whatnot. And one day I'm like, well, I saw the rising popularity of music videos. And like, of course, it's the sort of thing where it's like, if I can do something that's like a super awesome project and also profit from it, it's like, okay, that's great. I'm not selling out. I'm not selling my soul here to do a project. So I got in contact with him, and he knew an animator. I was actually going to work with Element Animation initially. They formed the first 20 seconds of my first music video, and they're like, this is taking too long. No disrespect to them. But then Pedro had an animator friend who eventually wound up animating the miner. And that video took off basically overnight. So just kind of kept doing them until the wheels fell off of that machine. And it did. The wheels eventually fell off of that machine. So
some of those videos are still getting hits, I'm sure. Like your top 4 or 5 videos are all music videos. Mm-hmm. Your most popular one is like 40 million views and
through the night.
Yeah.
That one was the most fun one to work on too, because it was such a loose project. We were just like having fun the entire time. That project almost like was not like, the lyrics were almost not good at all. I remember when me and Pedro were doing the lyric writing session for that. What we had for the chorus was awful, and I think I had one of those 5 a.m. moments where I'm like laying there like about to go to sleep, and a whole new chorus entered my head. If you can craft, you can mine. Like that one.
Yeah.
Like I don't. Yeah, it was a 5 a.m. idea. I wrote it all down on my phone, and when Pedro was staying over my place, and when I woke up the next morning, I was like, Pedro, we've been struggling with the verse, or we're struggling with the chorus, and I got it. Like, I got it. I mean, a moment like that did not happen for any of the other music videos, but for that, and I attribute that one moment to why that music video was so catchy.
I can relate, because that was us last night. I'm just going to bed, and all of a sudden, we didn't write the intro for the AntVenom podcast. I went downstairs. I'm like, quick, go. Oh man.
Yeah. Like let's just intro it in his style. That works.
That was totally Stifler's idea, and I did not know. Yeah. Oh man.
I was like, I got the glasses. I could do this. Yeah. No, okay. So the end of I'm not gonna. No spoilers. But in Through the Night.
Mm-hmm. Not spoiling a 6-year-old music video.
There is featured. Like, whoa, people
too
are
soon,
commenting.
Okay? Too soon.
No, seriously, they comment and they're like, I'm crying, I'm sobbing, like people love that little video, that story. So no spoilers, but there is a void. Okay.
Yeah.
Now here's the deal. If you want to really have a resurgence of Minecraft music videos, add some frogs into the void, re-upload, delete the old video because it's not good anymore. Delete the old one, re-upload, throw some frogs in there, bam, 50 million views.
Totally.
Good to go.
If I could guarantee 50 million, come on. I mean, What?
You have to delete.
It's
Actually,
gonna work.
you probably have to delete all your videos just so people
Just
really get it.
delete the whole channel.
Just go to
Right?
the old channel, AntVenom.
Go back to start over again with 1,000 subscribers. I went to 3 million once. I can do it again. I want another plaque.
All,
Hey,
all
speaking
your
of-
friends.
Speaking of 5 whatever subscribers, when did you like? Was there a moment when you're putting up videos and all of a sudden you like went viral and you started growing, or was it like a slow climb? And then when did you like really kind of take over?
So, all right, there's 4 distinct moments that I can think of. 2 of them are in the RuneScape era. So I was making. We're going back to RuneScape here. We're going back like an hour on the podcast here.
Yeah.
We've only been going for an hour. So when I was making RuneScape content, a big thing to make at the time, which is, it's funny that, okay, actually this segues pretty well. We were making RuneScape music videos, but what RuneScape music videos were back then, they were not original songs. You would just take a pre-existing song and you would basically make a music video structured within RuneScape.
Right.
You basically use RuneScape as an engine for visuals. And those sorts of things took off. I really liked them because there was a creator that I watched named Lucky Bucket. He made music
Just
videos in such a
names.
Well, what I
Shout
liked
out.
about his is that the thing is, I was still making videos with Windows Movie Maker at the time.
Yeah.
Before I got started with this, and I started seeing these videos edited in programs where I'm like, what is that program that you're using to edit? I that's when I first started like feeling like, man, I really like this video editing thing, because I had been editing videos since 2004, and now we're in 2000, late 2007, early 2008. And I figured out he was using Sony Vegas to edit with. And so I'm like, well, I want to get into this. And I sort of took I took a lot of inspiration from him because I liked the flow of his music video. So I made my own RuneScape music video, sent it to him, and he's like, and then he replied back like 3 days later. He's like, man, I get sent a lot of crap, but your stuff's really good. So he featured my music video on his YouTube channel, where back when visiting someone's YouTube channel like was actually important. So like, my music video was the featured music video, and then I released another one like the next week, and he featured that, and then I released another one like 2 weeks later, and he featured that. So I was featured on this dude's YouTube channel who had like 20, 30, 40,000 subscribers, maybe more, for like a month.
What song was it?
Cool.
All
That's
Star?
sweet.
Somebody
Oh my
wants
god, Jesus!
No?
No, it wasn't that
Was
one.
it-
I know the.
Everyone will give you up. Never go. We've been copyright
right,
strike
Keith.
twice already in this video for using.
qmagnet.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
But no, it was 3. It was like there's a feeder song, Just a Day, Chronic Future, Time and Time Again, and then Rise Against song,
Ooh.
but I can't remember which one. Like those are all like
Oh.
big things back in 2007.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Nice.
so I was super into that. So I was, I actually pioneered using green screen in RuneScape. I was the very first person to ever do it.
Ooh.
And like I'm pretty sure nobody else ever did it first. I tried to find someone who did it first, because getting
some
a little
bragging
too
rights.
specific. I think I'm getting a little too specific here, but whatever. This is my episode.
This is about you.
That's right.
But in the old school
Was it
version of
raining that
RuneScape-
day? Was it raining? Really remember?
Who
Let's get
knows?
specific here.
No, actually, you know what? Okay, no, I'm gonna. This is a good segue, because moment number 3 ties in exactly to the weather. It really does. So okay,
Alright.
This is moment number 1. Okay, so oh god, I'm like losing my train of thought. Okay, so I pioneered green screening. Lucky Bucket eventually used that, so then me and him were collaborating a lot. I gained like a couple hundred subscribers. Moment number 2 was when a much bigger creator named Tanoob Show, he put out a video contest where like he wanted someone to create basically an entertaining RuneScape video. I won that contest. That drove me up to 1,000 subscribers. And then slowly through RuneScape, I worked my way up to 7,000 subscribers. Then I started over again on the AntVenom channel. That one grew to about 5,000 or 6,000 subscribers with Minecraft content. And then, so this is like moment number 3.
Okay.
I'm making Minecraft content, and this is another big moments for me. I made my very first video about the Farlands, my first video about breaking Minecraft, because Notch had brought up something about limitations on Twitter. he brought up some kind of tweet on Twitter about limitations, and there was a Minecraft wiki article, because the Minecraft wiki is as old as I am, basically. So I looked up information. I knew that there was a mod where you could teleport out, so I'm like, I'm gonna make a video on this, and then I made like 3. But the first one, I sent it to him on Twitter, and he direct retweeted it.
Yeah,
and that one, and the video got like 40,000 views. The follow-up got 20,000, and that video got made because I was going to tech school at a time, but I had to drive like 25 minutes to get there, and I was snowed in that day.
Oh,
so that's where the weather thing ties in.
Snowing.
Yeah, it was literally March.
Full
like we
circle.
had a big snowstorm that day, and I was unable to get to to school that day. So I was bored, made this video, fired it off to him. He retweets it. I make more. And then, so instead of each Minecraft video getting like 1,000 views, they started getting 5,000 views a piece. And then I think it was on that day when he retweeted that video, I'm like, what if I make a Minecraft video every day? So even making daily Minecraft videos was like a new and novel idea. Really not many people were doing it yet. A few were, on bigger network channels like Machinima. 2011. Yeah, it would have been very early 2011. Like, I think I made that video in like, it was either March or April of 2011.
And how many years had you been doing YouTube at this point?
I've been doing YouTube since 2006.
So you were 5-6 years into this thing.
Starting to. Yeah, I wasn't doing it as like a career or anything like that back in the day. Right. But like, I actually remember the first time I ever even had a thought of doing it professionally is when that guy the guy who got me up to 1,000 subscribers to Noob Show, he was posting videos to a network channel that, rest in peace, is called Machinima. So he was posting videos there, and I knew how much he was getting paid from that based off of his, and so like I calculated based off his viewership. I'm like, man, could I do what I do with RuneScape but make a living at it? The answer was no for RuneScape. But then there was this game that, some people have heard of called Minecraft that was taking off. And I did that for like 2 months.
What did
you haven't heard of it? You haven't heard of it. Don't worry about it.
What?
Yeah, it's the kids.
No,
You're
Warcraft.
a little too old for it.
Warcraft.
Yeah, which I believe is why Minecraft is called Minecraft, because there are so many craft games like that.
I realized I keep driving you on bunny trails.
But it's great. It's great. I mean, you were worried because I was telling you like a random little factoid or two before the podcast started. You're like, no, don't spoil the secret. But so Notch retweeted that video, started making more videos, and then I started playing the Aether, which you said you mentioned earlier in the podcast. That was like another big break because those videos did really well. And then the survival games happened, and that was another big break. And that's when I was like, I soared past 100. I was at like 200,000 subscribers at the time with the survival games. And then it was like, from there, it was a rocket that was at, going at full speed. I was leaving the Earth atmosphere at that point in terms of subscriber counts.
Yeah.
So
which now you are 3 million.
Yep. 3 million.
Some thousand after that.
And you read every single comment.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All like thousand that no, I don't. I can't. I get a comment like every 2 minutes. Because a lot of the videos that I make, like back in the day when you did live commentary, the only things people would really watch were your current videos. But like I have like videos from like a year or two ago that are doing 1,000 views a day. So like I get a comment on the channel like every 2 minutes. And whenever I release a video, that video generally gets 1,000 comments in its first day, literally 1,000, unless it goes like viral, and then it'll be like 5,000. Like I can't keep up with that. So I'm really thankful for the fact that YouTube's top comments feature is now is like at least decent. So I can keep up. Like I read the top comments, favorite the ones that are productive, because literally back in the day, if there was like 5 negative comments that came up in the first minute just because there were trolls, it would set the tone for how comments would go for the rest of that video. But now, because you can favorite comments, it like pushes them higher up. So I can like guide the conversation of a video a bit, and like that's kept the trolls away a lot, thankfully.
Yeah. Being a map maker, and for me, and working with particular people and growing friendships and stuff, I really felt like they're so valuable to me. And I noticed I'm not sure for how long, but you started like naming off Michael McChill quite a bit in your videos, and I thought that was really, really cool because you could tell you value his probably his friendship, but his talents in your videos.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been friends with Michael since the RuneScape days, actually. You know, I mean, when I met him, I think he was like 13 or something, and yeah, I mean, we've been friends for such a long time, and then it got to the point where he was looking for work, and this is something completely random, and I'm pretty sure you don't have any notes about this, so I'll bring it up.
Okay, I'm ready.
So the website that used to exist, about.com, where you like sometimes you'd Google questions and you might get thrown on about.com, they changed their entire structure of their website to be kind of professional looking, and they hired me on as their Minecraft person.
Oh, really?
And it's funny. This is going to sound so ironic because of what I do now. But basically, they wanted me to write these like 600 to 1,000 word basically scripts. Or not scripts, but just like topics.
Yeah.
But their website was like so unusable in terms of like what you had to do on the back end. Like, oh, you needed 6 links out to other things because, you know, corporate management or whatever. I did one of those, or like 1 or 2. And then I gave the job to Michael. I'm like, Mike, you write the rest of the scripts and you can take all the money from it. I don't want anything to do with it. But it's ironic because script writing is a part of my daily routine now, but it's just that now I get to make videos out of it. Whereas if it's just script writing and I don't get to do the cool creative process, I really hated doing it. But if I can, so script writing is the hardest part of what I do. Actually voicing it and then making a video out of it's the easy part. But yeah, so, he then eventually about.com shut down, and on that day, I told him that I was looking to hire another editor. So, and because I knew his skill with video editing, I'm like, do you want to try this out? And for a while, I think since the very beginning, I've had the outro that says Michael McChill and whatnot. I didn't put him in the descriptions until I had him in the description for a while using YouTube's crediting feature, and then they got rid of it. So now he's in the description of every single video that he had. That's actually a good way for any video made in the past, I think, year and 2 months, because they got rid of it, I think, at the beginning of 2019 or 2018, maybe. I'm not sure. The years are flying by. If you go into the description and it says co-written or written by Michael McChill, then it's a video he made. What Michael will actually do is he will do the entire video process. He will do the script writing. We might brainstorm on the topic to make sure our opinions are aligned, or he knows what my opinion is. So he'll write an entire script. I'll voice it, which is me approving the script, you know. And then he'll do the rest. But if I do a video, it's me 100% beginning to end.
So in your new format, I've noticed like you have these panning shots, or you'll say something and they'll type it on a sign. You can read it, and you have these big pixel art things. Whose idea was
that's usually Mike. That was his idea and he did it out of necessity because I told him that he's not allowed to do B-roll of random landscapes when I'm talking about something important. I'm like, please stop with the random landscape B-roll. So what he did is he would write down like basically like whatever sentence I was doing, if there was a specific subject, you know, name for it, you know, or Minecraft, a snapshot name or whatever it was, he would write it on, first he wrote it on signs, which was like, okay, that's cute. And then he would write it in giant bold letters to the point where like he's done that so often that I had someone come forward and be like, yo dog, I'll give you like a data pack where you can just type out what you want and it'll just, and you tell me what materials you want for the inner and outer, and I'll plop it down. I probably should have like, I replied to it, but I never really followed up on it. I probably should have done that. I could probably save Michael a lot of time, but he doesn't mind doing it. He loves the building process when it comes to videos. That's one of the things he likes the most. I'm like, all right, whatever.
So I got an idea then. Next video, big giant letters, you're talking about something, all of a sudden, subscribe to Void Frogs on the screen. Like,
you know, I wouldn't be against it.
50 million views. Don't shrink down.
Come on, get back in here.
Come back, please.
Michael is now hearing this, and he's like, "Are you kidding me? You could have saved me so much time."
He probably is, honestly. He's gonna like message me like multiple explicatives or something, and I'll just tell him it's like, Michael, you're fired, because I tell him that like once a week. I'm one of those bosses. I'm not even really a boss, but
you got it, boss.
I was actually worried about that. You joke about it, but in your latest video at the end, I didn't hear you say anything about Michael McChill, and I was like, oh boy, there's some drama.
He's
no,
fire. He's so angry right now.
No, if I don't mention him during the outro, it means I made the video.
Oh,
that's actually how that works. So like if you go into the description of that video, you see his name's not there because it was my video. Like he doesn't do every video. It's sort of 50-50 right now, and that's how I want it to be.
Nice.
I've been a little bit slow with content making lately, but it's just been a busy week. But
yeah.
So, but yeah, if his name gets mentioned, it's him. If it doesn't, then it's me. So, and he's been super busy with live streaming and whatnot. So,
yeah,
man, that's cool. Honestly, Taylor, I would love to chat and pick your brain about all of this stuff so much. But we
I'm right here.
400 other items on the list we wanted to ask you.
I was gonna say we're an hour and 20 minutes in, and I think we've gotten to like 4 topics. So, like, all right, let's go for it.
Man, but hey, excuse to get you on again in the future.
Yeah,
right?
True.
We do have a couple more sections, and I want to, before we move on, I want to ask Q, dude, do you have any, hey, dude, do you have any last questions for Senor AntVenom?
I mean,
before we move on?
The only other thing I was really curious about was, there's a couple of things where are really, really cool that not a lot of even popular YouTubers get, that I noticed that you had like a Lego spotlight and you had these Tube Heroes action figures.
Some of the Tube Heroes are right here.
Yeah.
And right here.
How did you get those?
Frame.
How did you get involved in that? That's really cool.
The Tube Heroes thing, I don't even know. I think I may have literally just gotten an email one day and it's like, hey, we're starting up this thing called Tube Heroes. Do you want to be a part of it? And then they like named everyone who was involved and like showed me like, demo, like potential ideas, like basically mock-ups. And I'm like, yeah, of course.
Of course.
You want to make a toy of me where you're not looking to buy rights to the AntVenom name aside from using it for the purpose of a toy. They didn't want to like own AntVenom or anything. I'm like, yeah, of course I want that. And it's like, yeah, by the way, the company is Jazzwares, and like they make all kinds of stuff that's already in Walmart and Target and every other place apparently. I'm like, yeah, of course I want to be a part of that. I think I even got 1 or 2 of the other creators that are on here. I won't name them just because I don't want to throw them under the bus, but I think I got 1 or 2 of them into that as well. And then with Lego, it's literally like, hey, we're Lego. We want to work with you. We're doing a Minecraft. We're doing promotion for our Minecraft sets, and we want to create something of yours. Actually, no, that wasn't the first thing that started. What they were like, they were definitely doing a promotion for their Minecraft Lego set stuff. And initially, the first project we did was they're like, we want you to tell a story about your first, some sort of cool Minecraft story. And for me, it was like the story of my first diamonds and how I lost them. I thought it would be kind of a cool story. Yeah. So then they made a Lego Minecraft animation about that. And then they're like, yeah, we want to build a Minecraft memory of yours, and then and they didn't even say you should make a video about it. I even told them initially, and like I look back to my wording and like I definitely wasn't rude, but I sounded dismissive really quickly where I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure if this would be up my alley for a video because I'm so dead set on the new format. I'm like, I don't want to deviate in any way. And then I got the thing and it was in like a custom box and everything. I'm like, I've got to make a video about this. I mean, like I have tissue paper that has like the Minecraft, the Lego Minecraft logo plus my face on it, just in like a textured pattern. I'm like, okay. I've legitimately had people say like, we want that. We want a piece of that paper. It's like,
it's immortalized.
Seriously. Like that's how you know you've made it.
Can you get
when Lego?
Can you get a Void Frog Lego spotlight for us?
Yeah, there we go.
I'll have their people talk to your people.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
sweet.
Incredible.
Let's move gears. Cue the music.
That's not what
that'll be in
like
post. Thanks.
I was gonna say I'm wondering about this music here.
That'll be in post. It's playing right now. I swear. Okay. Okay. So we got a couple sections here that we like to finish off our episodes with, and the first one is called Rapid Fire. I'm calling it Rapid Fire from now on.
I had to change it because.
Yeah,
bunch of rabid frogs.
We were taking too long on them. They weren't too rapid, so now it's rabid.
Frogs are rabid. These void frogs are rabid.
Yes, totally.
Okay, so basically, what we're gonna do, we're gonna ask you like 5 kind of just I know we've already asked you a ton of questions. These are more like a little fun questions.
Sure.
All right. So, I'll do number one. I'll do number one.
You start off.
All right. There we go.
You start off.
So, originally I was going to ask you, what's the first video game you ever played? But I thought, well, you've probably been asked that before. So I'm going to ask you, what's the first video game you've ever seen, or the best game you ever played on the first console you ever played?
I mean, the answer to that is probably Super Mario Brothers on the NES, because even though in like 1994, it was like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Even though the SNES was out, I was bought an NES first. So I had that. I mean, I know that when I was as young as like 4 or 5, I was doing the infinite lives thing that you can do in one of the levels in Super Mario Brothers. So like I was breaking games since I'll be breaking games from cradle to grave.
How many times did you blow in the cartridge?
Probably quite a few.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody knew back then that it was a sort of a bad thing to do. I mean, as long as you kept your games in good conditions, not too bad. But there's that. The first game I think I ever really sunk a whole lot of time into was either Ocarina of Time, Zelda Ocarina of Time, or
you skipped the whole Atari stage.
Yeah, well, I wasn't. I mean, I actually remember when I was like 12, still not knowing what that was. A friend of mine was like, I was over his house, just random thing. I don't know why I remember this, and he told me like pass the Atari, and I'm like, what? Because I didn't know what it was.
Wow.
I actually didn't know. I was like, this is the first I had ever heard of it. But either like first game I ever really sunk my teeth into was probably either Ocarina of Time or like Final Fantasy VII or something. Those are the first I really deeply got into, like the very, very first.
That's crazy. I was like opposite of you. I think I'm only like a year older than you or something, but I was all Atari. We had Atari everything when I was younger. Didn't get the NES until way later. I didn't know that a Nintendo was also called an NES until I was a teenager.
So if someone said, got this game on NES, you're like,
yeah,
what?
I'm like, what's the
what?
NES?
Well,
SNES?
you know what?
What's SNES?
I called it NES because we were on a first name basis. Thanks.
Ooh. Good.
See,
good.
I just always referenced it as the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's like, it's not the NES actually.
Oh,
it's
God.
The Nintendo
You gotta put your glasses up
System.
when you do that, boy.
Actually, it's the Nintendo Entertainment System?
Yeah, exactly.
You get it right.
This is why it's not called rapid fire, because we spent an hour talking about one question. Go to question 2, quick.
All right, question 2, quick. All right,
question
you got
number
it.
2. Which old channel, could be of any type of channel on YouTube, that might be considered dead, would you love to see come back?
Ooh. Oh my God. You're going back a ways with me on that one.
You've been around for a while.
The protocol channel.
No, probably either, I'm gonna say 2 names that like almost nobody watching will probably
that's what we're going for.
No, there's Imphy the Rap. They're one of the original sketch comedy channels. I think both the people who ran that channel eventually went on to TV network type stuff because YouTube was so young at the time. There's that. Barats and Beretta, another one of those like sketch comedy channels that I would like to see come back.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm gonna like think of the perfect answer at like 2:00 in the morning, and like be like, man, I should have mentioned that.
Episode 2 coming out 2:00 in the morning.
Oh God. I mean, I'm glad Vsauce is making videos again. I'll say that much. Like there was like a 6 month period where
facty and sketchy. Not sketchy. That's a bad word. Sketch video.
Well, yeah, sketch video. Yeah, not sketchy content. But yeah, there's that. I mean, maybe because I know that he has his own reasons for not making content anymore, but I definitely miss seeing Anders' content. He hasn't made videos for like well over a year or 2 at this point. So yeah, those are the ones that I can think of. Some of those.
I thought you were gonna say qmagnet.
Well, your channel's not dead though. I mean, see, you're right here though. Like you're still making content, even if the qmagnet channel is like if you weren't making content at all, like if I'm like, yo, dog,
that would be your number 1, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. But you see, I'm talking with you right here, so like, I get all the inside scoop from you, even if we don't talk about it on the podcast. Like,
hey, question number 3.
All right. Keep it at a reasonable pace here.
It's not really a question. It's actually an imperative. We'll say that.
Okay.
Tell us a skill you have in real life that no one knows about.
A skill in real life that nobody knows
that no
about.
one that you haven't told your YouTube audience.
Oh God. A skill. I mean, that's tough because honestly, like I tell my audience
Everything.
so
That's
many things.
I'm trying to get more
you-
info, secrets.
No, I know. It's like I'm legitimately trying to think of something, right?
Well.
But God, what skill do I have? Oh goodness.
While you're thinking,
think
can
of
you do
one.
what's called an ear? It's like an inner ear. You can make your ear rumble. You know what I'm talking about?
What in the,
Your
where
rumble.
did you?
Oh.
Why did you? Where did you get that from?
I
What?
think
Because
so.
apparently only like 2% of the population can do it. I can do it, so I'm awesome.
Where
So
like
I
it
wanna
just
see if
sounds like
Taylor-
there's a rumbling in your ears.
Exactly,
I mean,
exactly. Yeah.
I think so because like it's just sort of like a gritting your teeth type thing, and then like the muscles in your ears sort of like vibrate and you hear it.
But
like,
you just gave him the answer. Thanks, buddy.
There's your answer.
I mean that's
There's your
not
answer.
really like
That is
you know,
a
He
skill
can
right
grumble
there.
his ears along with 2% of the population.
Jesus.
I'll send you the subreddit for it. There's like a whole big fan club. It's
Yeah.
called Ear Rumblers.
You know what?
Unite.
I'll give you an alternative. There's one
All
thing
right.
that I can't do that I would really like to be able to do,
All right.
and it's like where you know, like obviously whistling's not too hard to learn.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
learning
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not too hard. But then there's the really loud whistle that can like in like over a plains could travel like a mile.
Like with
Right?
the,
That
you put your
really like
finger in your
right. I
Yeah.
want to learn how to
Yeah.
do that. I
Yeah.
don't know how to do that,
Yeah.
and I've tried a couple of times. One thing that maybe I haven't mentioned in videos too much, I can like solve a Rubik's cube. That's not overly special, but
Yeah.
like I could do that
That's cool.
real quick.
Just take
So
the
there's
stickers
that,
off.
I
and
guess.
Put them on the other side.
No, I
That's
mean
how
like
I do
I could scramble it and solve it in front of you right now, but that would be a very boring minute, especially for the audio listeners.
For the
They would just
the
hear, like,
rapid
shuffling
fire.
of a cube.
Just
Right.
listening, click, 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 click.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a very good rapid fire to just go through that.
Gah!
You know, it's like there's just a straight minute of
Yeah.
like nothing.
Yeah.
Like what was that
I think-
question? Sorry, I was
Alright.
solving the cube.
No, go to
I-
number 4.
Well, I think the trick with whistling really loud, you got to be like 70 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody.
Get
Or
off
like
my
you
lawn!
have it's like how, you know, if you ever heard of the term dad joke, you know, like you
No.
start saying those
Never heard of
jokes
that.
when you're a dad because but instead it's like a dad skill where you
Oh.
only get the skill once you become a dad,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
True.
You know, you just like when you get the book of like dad skills, you know, you also get like
it.
it's like an achievement unlock.
Yeah.
You just unlock so many new abilities
That's right.
right away.
AntVenom's
Leveling
announcing he is
up,
now a
yep.
dad on the Void Frogs podcast. Number 4.
I'm gonna get dad venom comments. All right, number 4.
There you go. Number 4. What kind of venom are you? A neurotoxin attacking the brain, a hemotoxin attacking the heart, a cytotoxin attacking a small local area around the bite, or a different type of venom.
Honestly, probably the first one, the brain toxin, because I feel
Neurotoxin?
like, yeah, I feel like I'm a neurotoxin because I get in people's heads with
Hmm.
these really outlandish random ideas.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like messing with
Yeah.
people's minds, especially
Oh.
with the breaking Minecraft content.
Another
so yeah,
skill we don't know about.
Yeah, neurotoxin
Yeah.
for sure. Like that.
Wow.
Okay, I felt really self-conscious about not being able to answer the 2 and 3 there.
I actually
but-
have neurotoxin abilities. Skill.
Yeah,
I
like
have.
I'm actually poisoning you through the internet. You know.
You're sending a
Yeah.
virus.
Right, like you watch my
'Cause that was
videos
a
and you
dad
become
joke.
addicted to them.
Virus. Sending a virus.
No,
I'm so
no.
sorry.
Okay,
It was
question
a
number
Twitter
5.
poll. Twitter poll said that we have to do more dad jokes.
Yeah, that's true. And more dad jokes. Okay, question number 5.
Oh goodness.
This is like me and Stifler sitting there going, "We need another question." I'm like,
What do we need?
so
For like an
we wanted to ask
hour, I
you,
swear.
what's a good use for coconuts other than eating and drinking their milk?
Wait. What's a good use for them?
Yeah, for coconuts other than
I mean-
food or drink.
I mean, from what I've heard, it's a natural laxative. So
Oh,
there's
really?
that.
Well, that's food. That's food. Other than eating.
Well,
them and
yeah.
cooking them.
Right. I mean, if you're eating or drinking them for sustenance, like
Yeah.
sure. But then it's also, from what I've heard, it's a natural laxative. So
Oh.
Those are different uses. That's I guess that could be a good use.
yeah, it's
Oh,
to get
honey,
the food that's in your system out
I
of your
just
system,
dropped a
right?
coconut in there. Literally.
Oh, come on,
That's
Q.
a half decent dad joke.
There you
Okay,
go.
no, I'll give you a round of applause
Woo,
for that one.
The people know
Don't
what they want.
Give him
Because like any dad joke that flows so naturally like that, where you don't have to like enunciate it like that, then that's a good dad
See,
joke.
the joke there was no.
don't give him anything. Don't give him. Well, very good.
I take my clap back.
That was our rapid fire section.
Yeah.
We have one more segment left for you.
One more.
Ooh, the secret.
Before
Cue
we get
the
into this
music.
last segment. Well, no. Before we
not
get into
yet?
the last segment, I want to remind all of our listeners, if you guys
that's
have
true.
rapid fire questions, you won't know who the guest is, but go ahead and send us a tweet or an email through thevoidfrogs.com.
Comment in the
with your ideas
YouTube
for
video
questions.
if you want, or
Yeah,
whatever you like.
that'd be great.
Give us a
Yep,
question.
send them on over. Yep, and we'll get them on. We'll get them going. So,
Yep.
Okay, last segment.
Last segment.
This is where it gets intense. Okay,
This is
you
where
should-
you can just hear the music.
Is this where I get canceled?
This is
Canceled.
where you get canceled.
This is where like
Actually,
you start asking the
we
big
found
questions.
this very bad tweet by you from this year. And no. No. This is the Ant
Void
Venom.
Frogs. What?
You were saying you're saying void frogs? Okay, I'll tell you what it is.
Frogs.
Here it is. Okay, so every episode, you would know this because you watch all our videos. Every episode, we do a little trivia segment that kind of is, what do you call it, like geared towards
Themed.
our guests. So
Yeah.
this week,
Okay.
we're gonna have AntVenom Trivia.
That's right.
Okay.
AntVenom Trivia. We got 5 questions. We have a timer in my head.
Yep.
And based on the number of questions that you get correct, I'll send you a certificate.
Yeah.
If you have a P.O. box, do you have a P.O. box by any chance? Like something that fans send you mail or anything?
No, not for fans sending me mail. No,
Oh, never
it's
mind.
just I feel like that's too much responsibility.
That is
I
a
mean,
lot of
I'll hook you up with the home address. Just don't
Hey, I'll send you a certificate in the mail, and it'll be on Twitter based on how many you get correct.
So is
Okay.
this trivia about myself?
It's AntVenom Trivia, okay?
That's-
Are you
Okay,
ready?
sure.
Are you ready?
Sure.
So, question number 1. This question is one parents commonly ask their kids when they are unable to sit still.
Oh, okay. So this is general trivia for Evan.
Come on.
I thought you were like asking
Come
me
on.
questions about myself or something. So this is a common question.
Common question.
That parents ask their kids when they won't sit still.
It's
When they're
AntVenom
unable to sit
Trivia.
still.
Are you ready?
We'll start off. The question that parents usually ask begins with, do you have...
It's like, hey, what's the matter? Do you?
Oh goodness, what's the matter? Do you when they can't sit still?
What's the matter? You got?
You got an ant in your pants? Or
Ah!
something?
There
Is that
we
it?
go.
Okay,
Very
okay,
good.
all right,
You got
all
it.
right.
Question
Alright.
number 1. It was correct. So
Now
you're 1 for
we're-
1.
Now we're
I had to
in
get
there
used
now.
to the style of question. All right,
Yeah.
so
And
it's a
Ven-
series
and
of
Venom
dad
trivia.
jokes. All right.
Question number 2.
It's not a series of dad jokes. There's some serious ones
Ready?
here. You're gonna see.
Right.
Question number 2.
Oh man.
In the 1989 Disney family film Honey, I Shrunk the Kids,
Okay.
there's a group of 4 kids who accidentally shrink themselves and end up in the lawn of their house. I couldn't remember if it was the backyard or the front yard, but anyway, they're in the lawn. They have to get back, and along the way, spoiler if you haven't seen this movie, it's from 1989, they basically adopt an ant, which is like the size of a car to them.
Mm-hmm.
What did they call this ant?
No, I have seen that movie.
Come on!
No, I have seen that movie before, but it's probably been like 2 decades since I've seen it, and
You haven't seen it since
no,
1989.
the knowledge has not stuck.
Just
Hello.
take a guess.
Nope.
Guess you could get it right.
You could.
Remember, it's AntVenom Trivia.
Right. So I'm like, right, but it's about an ant in a movie that I can't remember. Named him Fred. I don't know.
Fred!
What they name him?
Oh, that's close. Very close.
Very close.
Actually, not close at all. Anti.
Well,
Anti.
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 Okay.
Very original.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's
all right.
okay. That's okay. 1 for 2. That's okay. We're going into third question. Don't sweat it. Don't
doesn't
sweat
matter
it.
if
No
you're
pressure.
doesn't matter if you got the
Okay.
worst score of any guest we've had so far. Don't worry about that.
There's no way. There's no way. You're trying to psych me out. I know you probably had a guest that went 0 for 2 on their first two, so you can't
let's
even
go.
hit me with that.
Go. All right. Hit it.
Question number 3. Which of these characters is a villain of Ant-Man? Black Ant, Ant-Eater, She-Ant, or Aunt May?
I'm gonna go partially with a guess on this one, but I feel like maybe I could be totally wrong. Probably am, but I feel like the answer is Anteater.
Is that what you really feel is the answer? Is the Anteater?
Yeah, because
Is
I
that
don't
your
have a gut. I don't
final
have a gut feeling on any of the other ones. I'm
You're
sure I'm
really
probably
sure.
wrong. But
You're really sure it's Anteater.
you're trying to question my resolve here. For me, it's basically a guess, but yeah,
Like you don't actually
I'm not
think it's
sure
like,
that. I'm not sure that is the right. Is it? Oh, is it the black ant? I don't know. Like,
What did you just say?
Look at
What?
that.
What was that? Did you say Black Ant? Is that what you said? Did you say
Said
Black Ant?
Ant?
I swear, if you've just driven me off of the right answer, black ant. Final answer.
Yeah!
Good
You
job.
got it. Very
I knew
good.
it the whole time. I was
You're
testing
so
you guys
good.
the whole time.
Oh, wow.
Testing you the whole time.
Okay.
I knew you were. I
I just wanted to see
Felt
if like you were trying to help me out at all. You know, see if
Yeah.
you're gonna try and throw any tips
No,
my way. Be like, well,
We're real
That
friends
was all
here.
you, man. That
I
was
was
all
seeing
you.
how trustworthy you were is what it was. It was like a trust fall.
All right.
Except, yeah, I'm 2 for 3 now.
Well,
all right,
here.
let's
Yeah,
go.
you-
Trust me
You're
on
doing
this one.
great.
You ready? Number
Two.
4.
As long as you
free,
didn't,
quote, unquote.
as long as you didn't answer Aunt May.
You were very,
maybe
you're very proud
maybe
of
it's
that, Joe.
AntVenom. Maybe it's
Yeah.
AntVenom.
Okay, Uncle
know.
Venom, you ready?
Sure.
Here we go. Question number 4. This ant species, not the bullet ant, okay? Take that out of your
Okay.
mind. It's found in Australia. It's listed in the Guinness Book of Records of having the most deadly, is it venom or bite or something like that? With having more than 300 known fatalities since 1988. Which ant is this? Is this the bulldog ant, the Florida harvester ant, the jack jumper ant, or the siafu ant?
Oh god, I was hoping one of those would pop out because like I mentioned it earlier, I think Brave Wilderness did a video on this. Okay, give me the possibilities one more
All
time.
right, so we got the bulldog ant, the Florida
Bulldog ant.
harvester ant, the jack
Okay.
jumper ant, or the siafu ant.
We can give you the full question again too for all the
No,
details.
I know I'm kind of staying. Oh, I maybe the Jack Jumper ant. See that look that like none of the audio listeners they don't see that look of disapproval.
So you were just saying you wanted to eliminate the jack jumper ant from all the...
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
is it the
that's what
bulldog ant, the Florida harvester ant, or the siafu ant?
I mean, the Siafu ant sounds pretty deadly,
It's pretty
But-
deadly.
but
it doesn't sound
but-
that deadly, does it?
I don't know. Anything out of Florida sounds pretty deadly.
Yeah, especially Florida, man.
Florida's
but
a great
Oh,
place to visit.
is
in
the
Australia.
bulldog ant more intense than that?
You got to
I
give
feel
your
like the
final
bulldog-
answer on this one. What are we going with?
I'm gonna give the bulldog ant. I'm gonna give it to bulldog ant.
Hey,
You got it. Very good. The bulldog ant. It's always a good strategy to eliminate one of the answers. So
right?
it's not
Yeah.
your way.
Process of elimination on pure guesses. Sure.
I like how you were, thinking through each option before you came to the final one.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Pure skill. Pure skill. No,
you're
3 for 5. 3 for 5. No, 3 for 4.
3 for 4. 3 for 4.
This is a passing grade in school, friends.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Oh man, last question. Okay.
I got a new thing for you. Instead of the brofish, you could be the ant pincers. Come on, ant farm. Give me the ant pincers.
The audio listeners are getting so deprived in this episode.
Okay.
They really are.
Oh, number 5.
Fifth question.
I believe in you.
All right, number 5.
This one you're on your own.
No.
What? I wasn't on my own before.
No.
You cheated for me.
You totally were.
You get it.
The AntVenom mini skirt featured, probably without permission, at redbubble.com.
Oh my God, I remember this.
Is constructed from 88% polyester and 12% blank. And here are your 4 options: wool, cotton, elastane, or propane.
Propane, yeah.
I gotta tell you,
that skirt is fire.
That
skirt is fire.
Dude.
I mean, isn't everything manufactured with polyester and cotton? Cotton, final answer, even if I get it wrong.
I'm sorry. That is incorrect. It's elastane, which is spandex.
I don't believe in you anymore.
Okay.
Very good.
Oh, then they're factoring in the strip around it. The whole thing's polyester.
You've seen this thing?
And this, I actually have. I saw it
On a girl
time, like
wearing
a year
it?
ago. No, the sale page, because someone was like, "Yo, like, is this you?"
Yeah.
Okay, no, they're referring to the elastic.
Yeah.
All right, I probably should have known that was a trick question. The whole thing is polyester then.
Okay, well, considering you haven't seen it, I have a surprise for you. No, I'm just kidding.
He's been wearing it. Dude, if I had found out about this like a few weeks ago, I would have totally ordered it and had it shipped. And had it.
I mean, honestly, I never had that many issues when it came to counterfeit product. I know that people like Dan TDM, like he really had that issue, like lunch boxes and backpacks being sold with his face on them everywhere, even being advertised on his own videos. I don't want to throw YouTube under the bus too quickly, but I think that happened. So you didn't hear it from me unconfirmed. I'm not saying for sure, but yeah. So I think that did happen. So I haven't had it too bad, but that's rough. The AntVenom skirt.
Yeah, you could add it to your own merch store. Can people buy merch directly from you?
Sort of, not really, though. That's something I'm looking to change actually quite soon. So,
well, guys, keep an eye on AntVenom. Yeah, and get yourself a mini skirt when it comes.
Well, hey, you could beat me to the punch with a Void Frog skirt, you know?
Oh,
honestly, you should.
Why didn't we think about that? We should totally do that. That'd be great.
It's like, and by the way, I have a Void Frog skirt.
That's right. Hey, good job. Congratulations. You have 3 points out of 5. Well, 3 somethings. 3 ants out of 5. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure it out. But you scored 3 out of 5 on that trivia. So good job. Congratulations.
3 out of 5.
Yeah. Not the lowest score by any means.
All right. Sweet. Great.
You done good.
At least I didn't done goofed.
Yeah, there you go.
I had to throw a bad joke in there. A bad pun.
Yeah. You
just got to go have a bunch of kids.
The whole show,
and you'll get
the whole episode is canceled.
You ruined it with your done goofed, man.
This episode is canceled.
So embarrassed.
I knew I'd get canceled before the end of this episode. There it is.
Oh. Hey, real quick, Taylor, help me out here. Do you pronounce it Z or Zed?
Don't answer that. That's a trick question. That's a trick.
Z.
Don't answer that.
No, I know why. I know why you're asking, because Q's from Canada, and Canada they pronounce it as Z, and in Maine
No.
South
In the
Canada,
entire world they pronounce it as Z, except for. And you said in your video you were from Canada's little stepbrother.
Yeah, we're like South Canada, but it's still Z.
No,
it's still
right.
Z.
That's right. You get 5 extra bonus points on the trivia.
Yeah, I got 8 out of 5.
8 out of 5.
I don't agree with this. That's all the time we have for the Void Frogs podcast episode number. I don't know what number we're at.
Oh, man. Number 6. AntVenom. Dude, thank you so very much for being here. Seriously.
No, I appreciate the invite.
yeah, a privilege for both of us. But I like seriously, I have watched your videos for a long time. I've been a fan. And it really is super cool to just be able to chat with you and goof around.
No, you're kidding me. You didn't get AntVenom.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, you didn't get me because I'm not canceled. You know, you didn't dig deep enough. You didn't ask the really hard hitting questions.
I'm gonna find it.
So,
one day I'm gonna
find. So you
find...
know, there's this time where I found out from a friend of yours from high school that you spoke with once, and they told me you said a thing.
Yep.
You know, and I'm about to cancel this whole man's career.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you next time. Would you tell everybody how to find you online? Where to go to follow you?
You can find me at you just look up the Void Frogs on YouTube. That's how you find me.
Oh my goodness, that's the greatest answer I've ever heard on any of these podcasts.
So you can find my latest piece of content that I'm in. AntVenom on YouTube, Twitter. Those are the only two real things that I use.
Yeah.
So yeah, YouTube and Twitter. And then I have AntVenom.com as well, where you can get Faithful Venom, the texture pack, resource pack that was talked about earlier.
Yep.
Now to get the latest version, it dumps you into my Discord because I wanted more people in my Discord. So I'm like, just get it out of my Discord. I'll get a bunch of people who will never talk in my Discord.
Join the AntVenom Discord.
Do you have one of those
at discord.gg/AntVenom? So I've got that.
There you go.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
And do you stream? I know you were streaming for a little bit. Are you streaming right now?
Not right at the moment. We don't want to get too deep into the topic. The podcast is already canceled, but I've got twitch.tv/AntVenom as well, but because like the style of videos that I'm doing is very much more my thing when it comes to content creation online. So like unless I have a very specific thing that I'm doing, like an event or with SMP Live, that was a big thing for a while. Unless I have this very specific thing that I'm attached to, I don't really feel the need to force myself to stream.
No.
So, cool. But if I ever do stream, you'll find it on twitch.tv/AntVenom.
What if you river?
Right on. Shut up.
God, my God. No,
he even did the emphasis thing. River.
Yeah, he did the emphasis. If you're ever surfing the web and you want to find AntVenom content, then twitch.tv/AntVenom, youtube.com/AntVenom. My Instagram is not AntVenom, even though if you look up AntVenom, it looks like it's me. I'm the AntVenom, even though I never use it. But I thought I'd make that clear. But then also the Void Frogs on YouTube, you know.
That's right.
Or wherever online content can be consumed, the Void Frogs. That's my new thing. I'm taking this over.
You know what?
Go right ahead.
It's all yours.
I'll be
Thanks
your
so much
guest.
for being here, man. Yeah.
Bro, thanks for coming on.
Awesome.
I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. It was awesome having you.
It was awesome being on.
Thank you, listeners, viewers, for tuning in today. It's been beautiful having you. Can we get you to? Can you do the last? Can you do the thing? Come on,
do it.
So I hope you all enjoyed this episode of the Void Frogs podcast. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.
That was so good. Oh, we're out of here. Thank you, everybody. Peace.
Peace.
3.
Oh man.